Alright, this is AI5QK. Making a short video here to show you Winlink Express and Vara running on macOS. So you'll need to be running crossover, of course. And what I've done here is I've taken a bottle that was created by Carl, Whiskey Golf 1 Victor. I've updated the applications inside of the bottle to the latest versions, and I've also installed VarAC. The other thing that I've done is I've set it up so that the applications inside of the bottle can utilize the serial ports on my macOS. So you'll see here COM1 and COM2. COM1 is my rig, which is the K4, and COM2 is a USB to serial GPS that I have set up here. So they're located in /dev tty USB serial and dev tty USB modem with those addresses. So I added these two entries into the registry, so that allows me to communicate back and forth with the bottle over serial ports. So once that's done, you're now able to open Winlink Express, and you'll see that Winlink Express is running 1.7.23.0. We will open a session. The session is going to initialize. It's also going to open the Vara-HF, the software modem, which is upgraded to 4.8.9. You'll see here in the sound card settings where I have the USB codec set up from the drop-down list. Then you will also notice that it established a communication with the Elecraft K4D on COM port 1. So from there, what you would do is establish a connection to a particular station. So you can see it's communicating there with the rig. If you hit start, you'll see the rig go into transmit, doing about 20 watts and 40 meters. It's trying to connect over. So we'll wait for this to establish a connection to show that it's working. As you can see here from the output, I was able to establish that connection. So if Winlink Express had any messages in the outbox, it would send them at this time. It would also receive any messages. So once this is done, I'll go ahead and hit stop because I don't have any messages there, and there's really no need for me to tie this up. So that's disconnected. All right. So the next piece I wanted to show, now that we have the Vara Winlink HF all working and communicating, was the templates piece. So if you go into your Winlink Express, we're going to do compose a new message. So let's select a template. As you can see, all the templates are here. We'll pick a particular form, one of the generic or general ones, and let's go ahead and go with let's see, bulletin. So we double click bulletin, and you'll notice that it pulled up the template on your right hand side here. We now type in whatever data we want. So I'm not going to send this, so it's just to show that it's working. You'll go ahead and say OK here. Fills in the time, the date, subject. At this point, you'll hit submit, and it'll bring this data over here to the message that we're composing. Submit. Okay. We're done with this window here, and here's the data from the message. You would address it to wherever it's going, post it to the outbox. At that point, you can reconnect over here, and it will send that message out. So let's go ahead and close this. We're not going to do anything with it. From there, we can show you VarAC working now. So let's close this stuff down. Give it a minute. We'll open VarAC. We'll give it a minute for this to open. It's a little bit slow, but nothing unbearable. So if you noticed when VarAC opened, it moved my rig to the center frequency 7105, so that means rig control is working. Over here, you'll notice I'm getting audio in. Obviously, you just saw the modem working in Winlink Express, so it's going to be the same thing here. Here's a previous QSO that I was testing out. I think this was yesterday. From here, I can show you the settings and the rig control. So give it a minute. All right, here's the push to talk configuration. My Elecraft K4. Test push to talk, and take a look at my rig, and you should see it going into transmit. And push to talk off. Frequency controls using CAT. Here are the port settings, and I'll see if GPS is synced yet. Nothing yet. So if GPS would have been connected to the satellites down here, right next to my grid square, and this would have been in green, and you would have seen my my coordinates, right, for my GPS location. So here's a beacon coming in now. So as you can see, everything seems to be working well. It's been a few days. And then for the last part, I'll go ahead and show you how I got those serial ports to show up inside of this bottle. So let's close down the modem. Close this application down. So my particular station and with my rig, I already know which port it's on, but how I found that port, I'll show you how to do that. We're just going to go in LS, open up terminal. You're going to type ls/dev/tty star or tty period USB star. And I know already that this is my rig. This one over here is my GPS. So what I would do is I would copy this rig out. What would you call this? I would just copy this out, the location, and I would run a command on the bottle where everything is installed. So the command that we're going to run is rigctld. And when rigctld opens for the first time for you, it's probably going to end up looking like this. So what you'll want to do is expand it and go into HKey local machine, software, wine, ports. When you open yours, it's more than likely going to be empty. You won't have any data in here. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to add the entries for your COM ports and the location that they exist at on your Mac. So when I ran this command over here, this tells me the location that they are on the Mac. So my rig has 2 ports, but I'm just using this one. I can use either one, but I just happen to choose this one. So what I've done is I've created a registry entry under ports, named it COM1, and I've said for COM1, it's located at this address. For COM2, I've named COM2, it's located at this address. And you do that, or you create entries by going Edit, New, String Value. And the string value is the name that we're going to give it so that we can identify what it is in the application that we're running. So it'd be like COM3, right, for a Windows application. And then we want to give it data, so we want to give it the location for COM3. So when the application chooses COM3, where is that on your Mac? So we've already added the name. Now we have to tell it where it is. So if we double click that entry, it's asking you for value data. So if you copied the data from terminal, you can just right click and paste, and then you would hit OK. And what will happen is you will have entries just like mine here, but the addresses will be different under the data. They will reflect whatever you have when you run this command. So hope that helps. And once you're done with that registry key, you can just go ahead and hit the X to get out of regedit. You can X out of this run command, and good luck. Let me know if it works in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and link you to where to get this bottle. The only thing left to do for you would be to create the registry key and then update each of the applications. AI5QK.